Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Sam Levitt's Furniture. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley, here with Greg Hansen. Greg, in our last show, we talked about the Pac-12 North and our predictions for 2015. Now let's talk about the South. Me and you differ a little bit on the top. To you, who's winning the league?
I like Arizona State, and the reason I do over USC is because USC's two misses are Oregon State and Washington State.
Slam dunk wins. Yeah.
So they take it on, and ASU doesn't play Stanford. So to me, that might be the margin.
Absolutely. I like USC to win, and I'm a sucker. I'll admit, total sucker.
It's an easy pick.
It's an easy pick. You look at their recruiting rankings, you look at them in jerseys, they look different.
You mean Leonard Williams was bigger than all the U of A guys?
I think Terrace Jones-Grigsby still has nightmares about Leonard Williams after last year's game. To me, USC is back to almost full strength. I think the only thing that might get in their way is their coaches. Steve Sarkisian, I think, is really good with quarterbacks. But, we see throughout football year in and year out, a guy who is very position-specific as a coach doesn't often have team success. And that's where I think they might get in trouble. I think their quarterback's going to be, Cody Kessler is going to be perfectly fine. I just wonder how well-rounded they're going to be as a team.
Yeah, when people try to pick USC apart, I think they arrive at what you just said, that their coaching staff might not be the best.
Right.
I would take Rich Rod over Steve Sarkisian any day.
Absolutely. But if you look at Sark, I think the advantage that you get by hiring Sark to run your football program is that he recruits like nobody's business.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, USC will always be favored, I think, to be in the top two in the Pac-12 South just because of the way they're able to recruit.
Sure, it's like UCLA in basketball, and they should be.
Right.
No one has what west of the Mississippi has the recruiting power that USC has.
Right. Let's talk about UCLA for a minute. This is a team that is almost never as good as the sum of its parts, loses a Heisman Trophy candidate turned just a guy. How do they, in Brett Hundley, we both have them fourth. Why?
I think their window closed. I think if Arizona had UCLA's material, Arizona could win the division. I'm not saying Jim Mora is not a terrific coach. I think he is.
He is.
But there's just always there's something missing with UCLA football.
Where do you have the Arizona Wildcats finishing in the Pac-12 South?
I pick them third, and a close third. They'll be a tough out every week.
Right, behind ASU, USC, then Arizona?
Right.
I have Arizona second, and here's why. Yes, they have to play 12 games in as many weeks, but they're not going to be challenged in non-conference play. I think that the injury stuff isn't as pronounced as people want it to be, or as people say it might be. All right, well, that'll do it for this episode of Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Sam Levitt's Furniture. For Greg Hansen, I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.